Hello and welcome to our Monday night team time. I'm so thankful that each of you has jumped on tonight. It is one of my favorite things to just be able to interact and see our faces and just get to know the people that we're on this journey with and love each other and encourage each other towards all good things, because we are all in the same boat and I would not have it any other way. So tonight we're just going to go over some of the things that we're doing in November. So for me, it always helps to have like a big picture so I can then scale back and understand like what to do. And of course, we'll give some direction on the team page too. Like today, you know, we have those example messages and talking about the event that's happening this weekend. But also for you, because our brains all work kind of differently. So just to have that kind of overview so that you can decide what works best for you and how you want to put that into your schedule and which parts you're going to really, you know, focus on to make your goal. So super encouraged and proud of you guys. I want to say like almost every person that's on this call right now put in their goals for the month. And y'all, that is just a huge thing. Like, you may not feel like that was such a big deal, or maybe you felt like it was a really big deal to you. How many of you felt like that was like a huge deal to have like written goals and like to just spend time thinking about that and to actually write something down? Raise your hand. Yes, it can be really intimidating, and it's definitely one of those things that I feel like is a personal growth thing, just to even set, even if it's like a daily intention or like to-do list, but like to have something and then to be able to work toward it, check it off. Like some people's brains work that way. For the rest of us, we don't. It can feel intimidating. So I just want to tell you, like, I'm really proud of you guys. And Lindsay, she's on here. Lindsay Meter, she was the winner for the collagen. She chose collagen, of course. Who wouldn't? It is an amazing product. I'm excited to send that to her. She was the winner for everyone who turned that in. But I just really wanted to congratulate you guys. It makes such a big difference to clear mental space, like to be able to have a set direction for your month and for specifically for this business and what you would like to see accomplished, to be able to have that to refer to. So I would encourage you to put it somewhere that you're either your planner, if you flip into that every day or a couple times a week, or on your desk or on your refrigerator, so that you can see it and it will redirect. Oh yeah, you know what? I do want to make a post today. Oh yeah, I do need to send some messages, or like, oh yeah, I do want to follow up with these people, because you're constantly seeing that set direction and your intentions that you set for the month. So really proud of you guys for doing it, and just want to encourage you to put it somewhere where you'll see it so that you can be reminded what your goals are for this month and your vision cast for what is going to be great for you for the year. I think it's great to set short-term goals, but it's also good to just remind ourselves why we're doing this. And that is the long-term haul, right? This is not just let's make some money this month and be out of this thing. This is like, could be life-changing for you and your family, whether that's making $500 a month or making $5,000 a month or making $50,000 a month. That's between you, your family, and the Lord, and what you're willing to put in and what He's going to bless you with. But having that long-term vision helps you stay centered and involved and focused in the now, right? So way to go, guys. Everyone clap for each other. Way to go. Round of applause. And so the next thing that we've really got going on in the calendar, and again, for those of you who might want to pull that up, is on the business page. So when you're scrolling through, it literally is pinned straight to the top. It's this first thought. Cannot see that, but it's the first post pinned to the top of the page. So if you're ever like, I forgot when that was or what is happening this month, we've pinned it to the top right there. And we are right now on Square day 4, and we are the Circle of Team Call. You made it, you did it, you're here, check it off. And so the next thing we've got coming up for November is the Sip and Glow event. So as you've probably seen in my stories, and we've been talking about this for a few days now, we are utilizing this to introduce people to collagen, because if you're anything like me and if they're anything like me, I know people love it. I didn't know really why. I'm just like, everyone's doing collagen right now, right? But why is ours awesome? Why are people loving it better? Why are people seeing results faster in different ways? And how can they incorporate it easily into their life? And so this 3-day event is going to just kind of be teaching about collagen, showing some of the results from the product testers, which are ridiculously amazing. I plan on hopping on just to talk about, like, I have one in my actual pantry, the Vital Proteins collagen, which is a really popular brand, and it's supposed to be flavorless, but I was trying to put it in my coffee like in the evenings, and it was just so much of it. Like, I had to use 2 huge scoops, and then it made my coffee yucky. So I still have like a whole canister of it. But I've been using this in the mornings, the Joyome one, and it's like 2 teeny scoops because it's more bioavailable. So it's a very fine, it mixes in well. It's molecularly smaller. The marine is, that part of it for sure it's just more bioavailable. So you can use a lot less. So it's fancy. It's fancy and dainty, and it doesn't taste. I can put it in my coffee and I don't taste it, which is, that's all I care about, right? Like, okay, all the benefits. I don't want to taste garbage in my mouth. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too. But I would say that people need to have either their 3-day trial pack or their $99 welcome pack with Slim and Joyome. This would be a great way to get some wholesale ambassadors, right, on that Slim and Joyome $99 welcome pack. They probably need to have that ordered no later than tomorrow night so that they can hopefully have that in on Friday and be able to do that 3-day event with us. Of course, if they're going to do the event and they order later than that, of course they can just be in the event and just paying attention and learning, and then, you know, hop on their products when they arrive. That is no big deal. But of course, we always want to be trying to create urgency so that people do have a reason to get back to you and a reason to go ahead and make that decision. Rather than just keeping it on the back of their mind and their to-do list like we do everything, right? So then immediately after that event on the 11th, now this is not really anything that we're specifically using to target like new growth or new ambassadors, but we love to run challenges on our Awaken Life community page. And that is because we still want to be adding value and keeping up with people that are just loving their products, right? Like all of us, to have that accountability and just have a reason to check in and have fun facts about the products and those kinds of things, just to continue that engagement and create still that sense of community in that group. We're going to be doing the Belly Blaster Accountability Challenge. And basically, it's just whatever products you're on, and we've been talking about in that group, maybe adding in, and I'm going to post more about this week so that they can hopefully get that added into their subscriptions too. But now that you're here, you can be talking about it too with your people and your teams. Just add on like one weight loss product. Maybe that's a bag of lean, or maybe it's MetaBurn, or Balance and Block would be phenomenal this month specifically because of Thanksgiving. Hello. Just one of those products added in there so that it can be more focused on, you know, helping maintain or losing a little bit of weight this time. So we're going to have that between the 11th and the 27th, which is the day before Thanksgiving, because nobody's going to be thinking about blasting their belly on Thanksgiving weekend. We're going to be blowing it up probably. But we're setting ourselves up to be able to do that well and get back on track right after. So the 11th to the 27th on the community page, there's just going to be fun and interactive posts and some check-ins and those kinds of things like we've done before. So great for retention, great for plugging people back in, getting their subscriptions turned on, making sure orders are going through. And it's a great way to reach out to someone and say, hey, we're doing this, and wanted to remind you about our Plexus Perks program, which is going to be awesome. You'll be able to take part in this fun challenge that we're doing on the team page, and you're going to be earning credits toward a free product as long as your subscription runs with 100 PV or more this month. And they're also doing that 130 PV and more gets free shipping. So that's awesome too. That's another great way we can say, hey, well, if you do want to add that product onto your triplex, you're going to get free shipping on your subscription. That's going to be great. Woohoo. People love free shipping. So we will not have a team call on the 11th. That will be some time where you can use, if you're going to just set aside this time every week, it would be a great time to just set aside and work your business, or maybe your smaller team is going to get together and do a team call or a training or something like that. You'll see in very small writing on the 12th, there's a corporate training event. If you are close to Atlanta, and there's actually one, I think, in Colorado as well, on the night of the 12th, there is an actual in-person corporate training event. I'm actually training at the one in Atlanta in the evening sessions. But if you are interested in those, let me know, and I'll try and make sure I know which cities are where. I think they've been sending emails out about them as well. So you can check that too. But that's happening on the 12th. And then as you see on the 18th, we will get back together and do a team call on Monday night. So put that on your planner and just know that we are going to get together and have some fun. Depending on what's going on in the month and what we feel like we need, we can maybe have a special guest. That's always fun to have someone come on and chat with us, or do maybe an IPA or something like that. And then on the 21st, if you are local to Augusta, myself and two of our friends that are Diamonds, one lives locally and one is from Augusta, are going to be doing an in-person opportunity event at Rooted Coffee House, which is where I go like every morning to work my business. They're like, it's like my family. So we're going to be hanging out there just talking about the products. Would be a great opportunity to bring someone over. And if you are not local to us, I want to encourage you, just like we did in our goal setting, to host a sip and see this month, or host some sort of opportunity or get together with your team or with some prospective team members that you think might be really blessed by these products or this opportunity. And then last thing that we'll hit on the calendar is the 3-day trial group. Last week we heard from our friends that were at Leaders Retreat, and one of the neatest things that they came out with was the 3-day package, and it is going to be awesome. So it's a new 3-day trial that's going to contain 4 products: Active, MetaBurn, Lean, and Slim. Hunger Control Slim, I think. And it's like this beautiful 3-day plan for them that has all of this extra stuff. And so it's actually being released on the 12th. And there will be a training from the Plexus Ambassador community page on that. And so I'm sure we'll be sharing that, and we'll plug into that as well. So what we'll do then that following week, once it's released, we're going to be posting about it. We'll have some graphics to be able to share. And just like we're doing now for the Sip and Glow, we'll do the same thing and try and drum up some interest. Maybe you've been on the fence before. Well, instead of me just telling you about it, why don't you try these amazing products? You'll get to try 4 different products for 3 days for only $20. And I think they're doing like this really cool reimbursement thing too. So basically you could try it for free. And we want to take advantage of that and do that fun 3-day trial group. So that'll be toward the end of the month, but also before Thanksgiving, because what can happen? They'll love that 3-day trial group, learn a lot, order their products the week before Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving weekend, and then they'll be ready to go, ready to start off after Thanksgiving on a health journey that's going to set them off for a great first of the year. So that is the calendar. Do y'all have any questions about anything, or did I skip anything or say something wrong? Anybody? Okay. All right, well, take out your paper and your pen, because we are going to do something really fun. How many of you would say that it is easier for you to think critically or negatively about yourself than it is to think about your strengths and positively? Yeah. I would say probably most of us are that way. And sometimes it can be positively critical, right? We're like, I'm growing. But for the most part, we're criticizing ourselves and we're thinking, I suck at this, or I blah, 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 right? Well, tonight we are going to do an exercise that Jessica Heffley, I think she did with a mastermind group of these amazing women out in Laguna Beach, California. It was one of the first things that they did. And she said it was just really great because even as high as she is, some of you know, Jessica is like one of the top ambassadors in our entire company, and she is our wonderful upline. But even for her, she's just like one of us, you know, like she still has the same head trash that she's growing through. And just because she's been super successful at this, it has not changed, you know, who she is. And so even still having to focus on like, what are great things about me? Oh my goodness, you know, it just gets hard. And I think it's important not just to, it's not about flattering ourselves, and it's not about being prideful, But in order to be grateful to the Lord for what he has gifted us with, for talents that we uniquely have and the value that we can add to someone that other people may not be able to add, in the same way, because God has created each of us with different sets of giftings, with different personalities, and with, different talents and gifts that and strengths that we are good at. And so I want you to take this piece of paper that you have, and on the front side, I want you to write 20 great things about me. And then on the back side, well, maybe I shouldn't tell you yet because you're going to be thinking about that yet. Okay, so I don't want to set a timer because we have 10 minutes, so we could do like 5 and 5. But basically, let's just take 2 minutes, and I guarantee you it's going to be hard to fill 20 because you're going to be prone to be like qualifying each one and trying to be like humble in your mind and be like, yes, but I'm not the best at this, but trust me, I did it this morning. I did all of that. I want you to fight all of those instincts and with a heart of gratitude and with a heart of celebration for who God made you and like your uniqueness. Write 20 great things about you, whether that's things that you enjoy or that other people can enjoy or whatever it is. Take some time to do that for just a second. 2 minutes. Well, it would help if I was not muted. Okay. Pencils down, everyone. What number did you get to? Put it in the chat or pop on and let us know how far you were able to get. 18. Good job, Josie. 14. Good job, Mary. 10. Way to go, Lynn. 15. Jody got to 15. Awesome. It gets difficult after like 7 or 8, and then you're just like, oh my gosh, I really have to go dive deep in and like say great things about myself. This is so weird because we don't practice that. I would love for 2 or 3 people to share a couple of theirs. If that is not weird for you, I would love to hear. Sarah, you're unmuted. Do you want to share a couple of yours?
Well, oh, me, Sarah? Oh, no. Stephen just called, so I was writing him down, and Stephen called, and I just joined back in again.
That's okay. Share 2 of yours. What makes you awesome?
Oh man, I love being around people and meeting new people, and I guess I like to find people that look like they may have a hard day. I don't know. And then the other one is I just love to like intentionality.
You are very intentional.
Yeah.
All right, Lexi, share 2 of yours. There you go. Oh, I think we're doing it at the same time. Try again. There you are. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Always willing to help and just hard worker, just perseverance, just
Awesome.
push through.
Awesome. Those are 2 great qualities. All right, Amanda Poe, will you share 2 of yours? Are you still there?
Yes.
Hi, Fran.
Hi. I just tuned back in because I got home and my son was not sleeping.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Grandpa.
Share 2 awesome things about yourself, even if you didn't write it down.
I am I am very caring and willing to help. That probably is the same thing.
Sort of. That's good.
I also I don't know. I like to give people food.
That's good.
That's a good thing.
You're a good cook.
People like food.
Give it away.
People like food.
I like food. Okay, well, was that like kind of eye-opening how we have so many great characteristics and so many great qualities that God has gifted us with, and so often we just don't celebrate those about ourselves. So your homework tonight is to finish that list of 20. And if you've got someone else on your team or a family member or something that you think would benefit from this exercise, I want you to share it with them. On Jessica's website that I linked on the post, she actually has this gorgeous PDF that you could like print out or share with somebody. It's so beautiful, but just as effective this way. So try and fill out all 20 and try not to qualify in your mind why they're not as awesome as writing it down might feel like. For example, I mean, a couple of them I was like, I'm observant. I got to like 15 and I couldn't think of any more, and I was like, my fingernails grow really well. Like, I'm really thankful for my for my fingernails. But even things like I can learn new skills easily, or I give, like Jesse told me yesterday, I give really good and thoughtful gifts. Like, those are positive things that can enrich someone else's life about me that are unique to me. Maybe somebody likes my fingernails. I don't know. I appreciate them. Okay. Flip over your paper, and we're going to take just another 2 minutes because we've got just like another few minutes here on the call. And this time, your second set of your 2020 vision is 20 great things about money. And this one for a Southern Baptist Christian family can be really difficult, and we don't realize how many negative things that we think about money, about making money, about people that have money. But the truth of the matter is money is a tool, and money is provision from the Lord, and in his hands and in people's hands that love the Lord, it can do amazing things. So take a couple minutes and try and write down 20 positive things about money, whether that is for you personally, for your family, for others, for giving, for missions, like whatever it is. Let's take some time. All right, let's take another about 40 seconds, try and jot down a few more. Okay, and I would love for a few more people to share this time. Jess, would you mind sharing a couple of yours?
Hey, I said date nights and to pay for babysitters. It's a big deal. Groceries, specifically buying organic, was one of my first whys for working Plexus. The flexibility and freedom with that. Adoption and getting our car worked on. Money, freedom in that.
Yes, so good. Sarah Burgett. How about you, friend?
Hey, couple of mine would be supporting ministries that I love. Being able to give gifts. I love giving people gifts. So that's fun, or would be more fun. Sending my kids to college.
Yeah, that is a huge one.
Those are just a few.
So good. Thank you so much. Mary, do you want to share a couple of yours?
So I started off just like really lame, well, not lame, but just basic, needs like clothes and food and safety and all that good stuff. But also to free up your time to explore passions and to travel and to be able to be generous.
Absolutely. That's so good. Let's see who has not shared yet. Lindsay, would you like to share a couple of yours?
A couple of mine were being debt free, which is a huge one because we just graduated college, so it's a big deal right now.
Yeah.
Another one would be like donating for research for cures for diseases. And I had pretty basic ones too, like food, but we also love to like take friends out for food that otherwise couldn't afford it. So
Yeah. Just to bless others in that way. Yeah. It's just those little kindnesses that they can add up. And sometimes when we're paycheck to paycheck and we're stretched financially, like we have this heart to want to bless other people. And we believe God that he will take care of us even when we step on a limb and do that. But to be able to do that freely and just be so generous and open-handed with the finances that God gives us is just so rewarding and such a blessing, and what that means for other people. I love that. Kimberly, are you still on the phone? Or no, Danielle, are you still there? I know her time, she's like 3 hours behind us, so she's probably fixing dinner. I also muted her. She may not know how to unmute her. Okay, it won't let me do it now. You can type it if she can type it in, or text somebody too. That would be good. Jody, do you want to share a couple of yours before we hop off?
I'm never normally on my phone. I'm normally on my computer. I had every single one practically that has already been listed. I want to pay for adoptions, kids' mission trips, go out to eat as a family, purchase from every kid that knocks on my door and sells something, because that happens every day in our neighborhood. Bless teachers with supplies and treats.
So good.
Kids' experiences, afford fun self-care things.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And then Josie, I think you're last. You want to pull in with a couple of yours?
Yeah, well, I'm able to, well, if we're talking about also Plexus money, is Lily's preschool is totally covered. Our mortgage is covered. Let me see. And debt-free, I like what Lindsay said. That's my goal too. So yeah, those are just 3 of the 9 I was able to come up with.
That's so good. And again, I want to encourage you to finish out this list and maybe even bring in your spouse on this, because there may be things on their heart and that they would have for the future that, like, well, yeah, if finances weren't an option, I would love to do this, or it's always been in my heart to be able to do this, or even things that maybe feel like they're less for other people and more for yourself, but like pursuing, again, our God-given passions and giftings and talents, like to be able to financially free enough to step away from maybe one of the jobs that you have, or, you know, time that's taking to be able to pursue something that God's laid on your heart. Like, it does take funds to do that. So this is a really great exercise to just, number one, maybe have some awareness that we might subconsciously have negative connotations to making money, or like pursuing a job, or making, you know, just making more money or having more. And I think I came from a family that, you know, we had enough, but I have negative money mindset and this scarcity mindset just from growing up with that. But the Lord does so many good things through people who finance everything. I mean, kingdom works, he works through people's hands and feet that are willing to do this, and hopefully we're doing both, right? But I have been on the receiving end. I made a post about this the other day. Literally for 2.5 years of our lives, we lived off of the support of other people. Like, we would not have been in Africa. We would not have been able to eat or come back and pay to have my child and fly back and forth to see family if there were not people who had extra in their budget to be able to give to our family. And while there were people who donated $10 a month or $20 a month, there were also those people that literally would make us just praise the Lord when they were able to offer us $250 a month to feed our family, do you know? And like, who knew 4.5 years later, that gets to be us. Like, we get to be the ones, you know, blessing people on a monthly basis in an amount that they get to praise the Lord for, you know, not that they don't praise the Lord for smaller amounts too, but it compounds. There are seasons in our life where we are the hands and the feet and where we're powering through something. And this opportunity gives us the ability to also be a financer, to bless other people and to follow our God-given passions and the dreams that the Lord has laid on our hearts that are going to be missional and that are going to give him glory and going to grow the kingdom, and to be able to bless those who are in a season of needing support and funds too. So I loved hearing that from y'all, and just want to remind you, like, this is the future, and this is what you're working for. You're not just working for a Lexus, but hey, when your car is about to crap out, having a free luxury vehicle is pretty cool, you know? So having a positive mindset around all of this stuff is important, because being, especially for those of us, if you're a Christian and a person who loves other people, like, money doesn't have to change that. In fact, it can enhance it. I loved hearing your hearts and hearing what the overflow of the goodness that God has put in you means through what you would do with those finances. And so that was just super beautiful. So I encourage you to finish out your 2020 list. And I think it would be really cool if we took pictures of those and posted them on the post for this team call. So the one with me making a crazy face, just to be accountable to each other, to share that with each other. I think it's a huge encouragement also for people who weren't on the call, and for those of us who know what it means, to be able to read through that and celebrate the things in each other that we get to see and appreciating each other, but to know that you can see that and appreciate it in yourself and just agree with that and love each other that way would be awesome. So I'll make sure and post the recording tonight so that you can share this with any teammates that would want to participate with us. But again, the link to Jessica's awesome PDF is up there too. So did you guys enjoy that exercise that she created? It was super helpful for me today, and so I hope that it was helpful for you too. All right, you guys, thanks for sticking on a little extra tonight. I love y'all, and have an incredible evening, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow on the team page. Bye, everyone.